What's going on, everybody? It's the Hook Cam back again with another film breakdown. This is coming off of the heels of last night's Thursday night game between the Cardinals and the 49ers. And I was on Twitter and I saw a lot of shade being thrown at Gardner Minshew for some reason. People wanted to bring up how they think Kyler Murray is a much better Rookie of the Year candidate than Gardner Minshew. And I just can't stand for that. I'm a big Gardner Minshew guy. I love my Gardner Minshew. And now, all that being said, on a serious note, I do think that Kyler and Gardner are legitimate Rookie of the Year candidates. I think Nick Bosa is probably going to be the clear-cut guy. But people were acting like Gardner Minshew being considered for Rookie of the Year is absurd, which it's not. I think that Gardner Minshew has done outstandingly well in a position where the starting quarterback goes down and he's supposed to be on the bench and learning, right? He's a late round draft pick who's exceeded expectations, and I think he deserves to be in the talks for Rookie of the Year, right? And through this video, I display a little bit of, kind of what he's done mentally on the field, his elusiveness in the pocket and outside of the pocket, and his ability to make a couple of nice throws downfield. So with all that being said, guys, if you could, I would really appreciate it if you could drop a like, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump on into this thing. All right, fellas, going back to this Saints game to take a look at the Jags and Gardner Minshew. Now, on this play specifically, this isn't an outstanding ball or, a great read or anything like that from Gardner Minshew, but really what it is his pocket presence and how he looks like a vet already to me in the NFL. Okay, and when we're started talking about Rookie of the Year stuff, is he the most flashiest? Is he, putting up the best numbers? No, definitely not. But he's consistently putting his team in a position to win and making smart plays. And that, to me, speaks more volumes than making flashy plays and running around in the backfield and getting sacked. Okay, so in this specific play, there's a 3rd down and 6, big down for the Jaguars. We're going to get a fire zone look from the Saints. Okay, this is going to be cover 3. They drop 2 or 3 guys from their line of scrimmage to get in front of crossers. Really good play design from the Jaguars, and also this is outstanding job in protection from the back and the offensive line. Really, really good job, and that shouldn't be understated. Okay, but on this play, the patience and the pocket presence that Gardner Minshew displays is something of a vet. Okay, and again, I know that he ends up coming wide open, and the guy who's covering him falls. And like I said, this play is not about the throw. This play is about the patience and the pocket presence, keeping 2 hands on the football. Gardner Minshew goes through 3 reads on this, right? Most other rookie quarterbacks, when we're talking, they go through 1-2 reads, and then they're taking off. They're out of town. Their internal clock is at 0, and they're leaving. Right, but this is a really good job. Gardner Minshew with his 1st read, going to his 2nd read, going to his 3rd read, 2 hands on the football, staying in the pocket and delivering a strike. That's an outstanding job, and that's a play that not all rookies are making, and it's definitely something that shouldn't be understated. Once again, way to fight from this offensive line, and good job with this play design from the Jags coaching staff. The second play from the Saints game, this is a 3rd down and 18, and no, it doesn't convert, okay, but when we talk about electric plays, we talk about creating offense. This is a creating offense play from Gardner Minshew, okay? The Saints are going to drop off into a sort of cover 2, okay? They're going to drop guys from their offensive line. They're going to bring pressure with that nickel cornerback. Good call on 3rd and long, man. Force this dude to make a play, and that's exactly what 15 does. Watch on this thing, okay? He feels the pressure from his right side, breaks this thing out to his left. He knows if he stays in the pocket, he's going to get worked by this defensive end. Works outside, resets his feet, and is able to find a guy. I don't know if he knows beforehand. I don't. This isn't the route that they ran. He broke, and they ran their scramble drill, which is essentially just a flood concept. Tough to do, though, because at the beginning of this play, right, we got 3 receivers to the right. Okay, usually when you scramble and you're running scramble drill, you're running to that right side. You got your 3 receivers. Essentially, when you run scramble drill, the closest guy to the quarterback runs the flat. The 2nd guy runs a little bit deeper, like a flood, like an out. And then the 3rd guy just takes it long, right? But he's running this to the left side. Okay, so he breaks to his left. He's able to reestablish his feet, eyes downfield, and throw back across his body. Now, yes, for those of you who are QB gurus who are possibly watching this video, probably a slim chance, but you should never make a throw across your body. Absolutely not. You should never make a throw across your body. Okay, but this is an outstanding play. Resets his feet. I mean, we're playing old gunslinger right here. And throws a strike, a ball that really only his guy can get. That's the other thing that I really like about this play. Okay, breaks the pocket, resets up, eyes downfield, throws this thing to really a spot where this ball is going to be incomplete or it's going to be caught for almost a 1st down. right? So again, we're talking about making plays, talking about rookie of the year, and that's part of getting chosen as rookie of the year, right? It's being able to make plays, create offense, be that guy for your team as a young stud, and that's what 15's doing on this play. That's an outstanding job by 15. Way to create some offense, way to create yards, and almost pick up this first down. So I'm rolling through this Bengals game, and the Bengals did not do great defensively in this game. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Basically, anytime they had this situation where it was 3-by-1 and the Jaguars ran a dig on the backside, they just didn't want to cover it. So that's a big part of the reason why Gardner Minshew is putting up yardage in this game. But this play right here, again, is a vet move by Gardner Minshew, and it's something that a lot of quarterbacks should do, and I think that they are starting to be more like this coming out of the league, coming out of college. But so this is a very simple, just 10 to 12 yard comeback out of their isolated receiver at the bottom. Okay, not even a comeback; it's a curl. Super simple stuff, right? Very simple stuff that guys are doing in college. But what I love about this is watch 15's eyes. Okay, he's staring down the middle of the field, staring down the safety, and they're rolling to a spot where he's not going with the football. What that's doing is that it's helping create space for his isolated guy at the bottom, right? If he stares this dude down off the bat, this corner's going to make a play on it. This corner's going to make a play on it. Okay, but he just does a good job with his eyes pre-snap, during the snap, right? Once he gets the football in his hands. I love what he does with his eyes. I think he's got a really good football IQ. I really do, and he can sling the rock a little bit. So again, this isn't an insane play, but again, just showing you guys what he's doing with his eyes and how his process is working, as at least to my knowledge, what I can pick up. This is what I can see going on in his brain and why he's doing so well as a rookie. All right, fellas, another play from this Bengals game. This one gets downed at the 1, so it wasn't officially a touchdown. And again, this pass concept, this route concept is not anything crazy, right? And we have to understand that the Jaguars coaching staff is simplifying the game for Gardner Minshew, a young quarterback, and they're making it easy for him to read and to be effective in. Now, that shouldn't take away from the fact that he is a Rookie of the Year candidate. That just shouldn't. That's called being a good staff and putting your team in a position to win. Because at the end of the day, coaches and players, I don't necessarily think they care about the Rookie of the Year or the MVP. I don't think they care about it. I think they care about wins and losses. They care about getting to the playoffs. They care about being a good football team. Now, with all that being said, this route concept at the bottom is going to be a flat slant. Okay, it's going to be a slant from number 1, a flat from number 2, and really as a quarterback, you are looking to throw in one of 2 windows. Okay, the first window is right off the snap. Okay, right off the snap, do I have enough space to hum this thing in there for a decent game? No, because we have this this linebacker who's floating this way, right? So that means you're going to throw this into dangerous territory, could get picked. We wait for the second window, which is in between these 2 linebackers, but of course we're more shallow than this corner can come to cover. Gardner Minshew rips this thing in there for a big time not a first down, but for a good game. Right, this is an outstanding ball, and something that when you watch it on Sundays, you're like, oh, he just completed a slant. No, you are humming this thing in there if you're a quarterback. I mean, this thing's coming off your hand fast, because if you don't, you've got another linebacker who's coming across the middle who's going to pick that, right? And you have to throw it to a good spot because the safety might come down and he's going to lay the wood on your receiver, and you're going to hang your boy out to dry. You don't want to do that either. Really good ball from 15 on this, and something that's probably going to be understated. Right, but there's an excellent read number 1 and an excellent ball number 2. And again, part of the reason why he does the little things right. Maybe the little things aren't that flashy. Maybe they're not going to pick up monster yardage. Maybe he doesn't, run a 4.3 40. Maybe he wasn't a first-round draft pick. But let's not be mistaken. Gardner Minshew's playing excellent football, and it needs to be recognized because he's putting the Jaguars in a position to win week in and week out. And that, to me, is more important than just putting up stats. He's doing an excellent job this year. Fellas, last game we're taking a look at is going to be the most recent one against the Jets. I think 15 really displayed his ability to be a playmaker in this game. He did a really good job stepping up into the pocket, evading pressure, keeping his eyes downfield, and delivering a good football. And those are the big plays that should draw the eyes. They should draw the attention. So on this play, we're going to get boundary pressure from Jamal Adams. Now, one other cool thing about what the Jets are running here is that they actually turn this into a cover 2. Okay, so this corner is going to drop to a deep half. This safety drops to a deep half. They have their flat defender with 22, and then this nickel corner drops to be their flat defender on the other side. Just an interesting way to run cover 2. That's really all I'm trying to show. Okay, but this is an outstanding job, right? Jamal Adams beats this block. It gets upfield. Gardner Minshew redirects his pocket, right? Gets up, keeps his shoulders towards the line of scrimmage, and throws a good ball to the receiver for a touchdown. That's an outstanding job. Chris Conley, I couldn't remember his name. Outstanding job by Gardner Minshew to make a play. When most other guys are getting sacked or they're trying to bend this thing way outside and they're losing yardage, no, that's a really good job, and that's something that we've seen consistently from him. Is he's keeping cool under pressure. I mean, that's an all-pro stud safety coming at you. He works up into the pocket, shoulders downfield, eyes downfield, and drops a dime for a touchdown. Excellent job from 15, and again, this is the game that I really feel like he displayed that playmaking ability that's really going to start turning some heads. The second play we're taking a look at from this Jets game, we're going to get a 3rd down and 4 here from the Jags, obviously inside their own 15. Out of the Jets, we're just going to get a really simple cover 1 look. Nothing really to write home about, but the ball placement on this one is just outstanding. Okay, we're going to get a really simple pass concept. We're going to get an in from number 2 and in from number 1, and then we're going to get a corner route from number 3. A really good concept against this coverage. I like everything about it, but the ball placement on this is what I really want to point out, okay? Because this ball can get tricky, especially with a safety over the top. The safety definitely isn't there, and I bet you Minshew does something with his eyes, but this ball is in the bucket for 17. That's something that you can't guard as a defensive back when you look at this, okay? Now, I do want to take a look at 15's eyes on this because, yeah, he looks on the other side of the field, right? Really, really good job. And we're talking about stuff that a rookie's doing. This is a veteran play from Gardner Minshew. Watch as he redirects this safety. It's cover 1, right? So if he stares down that corner route, this dude's fast enough to get there and make a play on it. But what Minshew does off the snap, right, he looks to his left, okay? And that's going to put this safety over to the middle of the field, over to the left side, right? Now he goes back to his right side, which is where he wanted to go the whole time, and he drops in a dime. Okay, it's stuff like that. That's a veteran play from Minshew, and that I believe puts him into a Rookie of the Year conversation. The little things with the eyes, and then of course the ball placement on this is phenomenal. Okay, really good job from 15 on this play, and just another feather in the cap for his rookie season. Outstanding job. All right, fellas, last play we're going to be taking a look at with this Gardner Minshew breakdown, I guess we could call it, is going to be the 3rd touchdown he throws against the Jets. The Jets are giving him a Tampa 2. Okay, and all Tampa 2 is you have your cover 2, and then you have your backer dropping. They drop him pre-snap, though, basically is all that happened. Protection breaks down a little bit. I don't really think he needs to break from the pocket, but again, you're trying to make a play, and that's what he displayed in this game, playmaking ability, right? Stops on a dime, so that defensive lineman runs by him. He knows exactly where he's going with the rock, gets rid of this thing quick for a touchdown. And these are the plays that are big time, right? Big time plays, and we're talking about, I think that a lot of people are going to end up putting up Kyler for a Rookie of the Year. In my opinion, I think Nick Bosa is probably the front runner right now, and I don't know if you could really argue that. But plays like this is why I think Gardner Minshew should 1,000% be in that conversation. Breaking from the pocket, keeping his cool, right? Getting by, dude, he's going to get decked on this play. He ends up standing up because these guys aren't going full bore into quarterbacks anymore. Keeps his eyes downfield, sees that little pocket of space right here, and he knows his receiver has to get there. He clears that defensive back. He's right there. We got 3 defenders all around him, right? He's got to get this ball off quick. He does, in there for 6. Just a good job, man. I love Gardner Minshew. You guys know that as Jags fans. I absolutely love the way he plays. I love his story. He's a stud. And I think that there was, watching that Cardinals Thursday night game, I think that there was some unnecessary, this is why Kyler's a Rookie of the Year and Gardner Minshew isn't. I think Gardner Minshew has done just as well as a Kyler Murray has this year. But it's just he plays in Jacksonville, and we're not talking about him all the time. Not that the Cardinals are a big market team, but what Gardner Minshew is doing is outstanding play. It needs to be recognized, and in my opinion, he's 100% a Rookie of the Year candidate. So, with all that being said, guys, I hope you stuck around for my rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it informative. If you did, if you could drop a like, hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. So, that's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time.